Hey guys, it's come to my attention that some of my videos are getting a little bit boring, a little bit repetitive, so just to spice things up a little bit, here I am wearing some weird costume, and I'll be wearing some of these throughout some of the future videos, so that'll hopefully give you something to look forward to and have a good laugh at. Alright, so today's lesson is the first of two that we're going to do on some consolidating of matrices, and all this stuff will be taken straight from Year 12 further exams, alright? So these are the actual questions that you'll be getting in a further exam. Obviously there'll be some other stuff there that you haven't come across yet, some more harder extension stuff, but just for now, we've taken some questions that sort of overlap with the Year 11 general curriculum. Alright, so with question 1, which one of the following matrices has a determinant of 0? Alright, so this one you should be able to do pretty easily. We should all know that the determinant of a matrix is found by A multiplied by D minus B multiplied by C, or AD take BC, alright? That's how to get the determinant. So we just need to do that, trial and error, work out which one has a determinant of 0. Now, if you're writing each of these out by hand, working out their determinants in full, that's not a good idea, alright? That is not time efficient, okay? It's good to practice that, but at the same time, you're going to have to do these questions in pretty stressful exam conditions someday, all right? So it's a good idea to start practicing finding out these more efficient methods. You should be able to do some multiplication and subtraction in your head, okay? So you should be able to work these ones out. Once you go, I'm not going to go through each of them, but once you go through and work it out, you should be able to see that I think it's D, 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, 6 times 2 is 12, subtract those, you get 0. Question 2, the product matrix, we have a 1 by 3, 4, 2, 0, multiplied by a 3 by 1, 4, 12, and 8. Alright, again, a bit more of a trial and error one. Usually with these sort of questions, you can immediately eliminate one or two options. This is a 1 by 3 multiplied by a 3 by 1. It has to be a 1 by 1 in its answer, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be our final answer. That just means we can eliminate option B, as that's a 3 by 1. It could potentially be option A, however, we don't necessarily know that. It's which one it's equivalent to. It doesn't mean it's its final answer. This one, some of you will be able to work out some strategies to use in your head to quickly work this one out. Others of you will have to type them into your CAS and just test out which one you get. You do that a few times, you should hopefully get the answer option E. Alright, so we can see that it's multiplied by 4. Everything in those other two matrices is doubled, hence why that one works. Alright, next question. This one's fairly long, so we got a couple of 3 by 2 matrices multiplied by 2, and the matrices subtracted each other. So it's 2 multiplied by 3 by 2, subtract another 3 by 2. Alright, so again, it's about trying to work out these efficient strategies to work out these answers, alright? You've got to be kind of savvy. You can do this one again in full if you want, type that whole thing out. However, those are some pretty big matrices. It will take a little while. What you can do with these ones is work out the first couple of elements, and then that should be able to eliminate a few options for you. So for example, in the top left of this is going to be 2 times 2, 4 minus 3 is 1. So that top left element is going to be 1. 2 times 8, 16, minus 7 is 9. Alright, so we know that our first two elements are 1 and 9. If you look at the options, there is only two options that have that, C and D. Alright, so we've already eliminated A, B, and E. Do the next one. 2 times 4 is 8, minus 4 is 4. Alright, do either C and D have that? Only D does. So our answer is D. Alright, process of elimination can sometimes be a lot quicker than actually working out the final answer. Just comes with lots of practice. Next question. Just eating my hair. Is this what girls go through all the time? Alright, Rosie uses the following 6-digit PIN number for her bank account. 216342. With her knowledge of matrices, she decides to use matrix multiplication to disguise this PIN number. First, she writes the 6-digit in the 2 by 3 matrix A. 2, 6, 4 for the top 3 elements, 1, 3, 2 for the bottom 3 elements. So her PIN number was going 2, 1, 6, 3, 4, 2. That's the pattern she's following. She creates a new matrix by forming the product matrix C equals B times A, where B equals 1, -1, 2, -1. All right, so what you need to do is perform the matrix multiplication, B multiplied by A. With these questions, don't be a hero, all right? Don't have to do it all by hand. Use the CAS. The CAS is essential. If the question said, demonstrate your understanding or show full workings out and it was worth 2 or 3 marks, obviously in that case, do it. But in this case, it's a 1-mark question, just do it on your CAS. All right, so B times A, you can define them in the CAS if you want. Doesn't really matter, it's up to you. Once you type that in, you should get a 2x3 matrix, which has the elements 1, 3, 2, 3, 9, 6. All right. From the matrix C, Rosa is able to write down a 6-digit number that disguises her original PIN number. She uses the same pattern that she used to create from matrix A, from the digits 2, 1, 6, 3, 4, 2. Write down the new 6-digit number that Rosa uses to disguise her PIN number. Okay, so we just need to create a 6-digit PIN from what we've got here using the same pattern. Now remember, hers was 2, 1, 6, 3, 4, 2, so she went up. And that sort of pattern, so we just need to follow that exact same pattern with this one. 1, 3, 3, 9, 2, 6. That's our answer. Alright, 2B is a little bit trickier. Show that the original matrix A can be regenerated from matrix C. Alright, so basically what that means is we had the formula C equals BA. Now we have the knowledge that we know what matrix C and matrix B is. They're given to us here. We know what matrix A is, but we need to show that we can actually recreate matrix A from this equation. So what we need to do here is show that this little equation here can be used to solve for A. Now, to do that, we need to do what we've normally been doing. Get that matrix A by itself, and then solve for it. So, if we wanted to do that, to get matrix A by itself, we need to get rid of this B. Now, to get rid of a matrix when you're solving a system or just an equation, you multiply it by its inverse. So, what we're going to do here is multiply this side by the inverse of B, means we also have to do the same on this side. Now remember, because the inverse of B got multiplied to like the left-hand side of the terms here, has to be done on the exact same side, all right? Have to be equal. All right, inverse of B multiplied by B equals the identity matrix. Identity matrix multiplied by A is just A, so we can immediately cancel those out, which means that A can be recreated by saying the inverse of B multiplied by matrix C. All right, so if you want to prove that, type it into your CAS, but that's all that we really need to show there. If that one's still not quite making sense to you, make sure you come back into the Google Meet or email me or whatever for further clarification if you ever need it. Hurry up. I'm a caveman. I'm having trouble with my technology. Okay. A travel company arranges flight, hotel, performance, and tour bookings. Matrix C contains the number of each type of bookings for a month. Write down the order of matrix C. Alright, these are the sort of questions that you should not be stuffing up in an exam. These are the easy ones, however, a lot of people still make very simple errors. In this Year 12 exam, 9% of people got this question wrong, which isn't a lot, but all you're doing is asking to find out the order of a matrix. This is the most basic thing that you have to do in matrices. Looking at that matrix, that has 4 rows and 1 columns. So we've got a 4x1 matrix. A booking fee per person is collected by the travel company for each type of booking. Matrix G contains the booking fees in dollars per booking. Calculate the matrix product J equals G times C. Alright, again, do it in your CAS, don't need to do it by hand. This question is with a grand total of 1 mark. Why would you want to do that entirely by hand? Alright, chuck it into your CAS. Just make sure you get the order right. It's G multiplied by C not the other way around. All right, so it's a 1 by 4 multiplied by a 4 by 1. Your final answer should be a single number. Now, the key thing here is when you write out that single number, the actual question asks for the matrix. Make sure you have those square brackets around it, okay? If you don't get the mark, all right? That's where most people in this Year 12 further exam, according to the examiner's report, lost their mark, all right? They did not do it with the square brackets like you should with matrices. All right, so if you type that in, I'm not sure the answer is in my head. You get 6,000. And lucky last question. What does J represent? All right, so it's actually interpreting what that matrix actually means. All right, and again, this is just a 1 mark question, so you don't need to write an essay, you just need to be explicit in what that number actually represents. Well, that would be the total booking fees collected for the whole month. All right, so all their different types of bookings and how many people booked it, that's the grand total of their total booking fees that they collected for that 1 month. All right, I'm not going to write that out, but just make sure you've got something like that. Total booking fees collected for that 1 month. All right, go through, mark how many you got correct. If you did 100%, awesome. If not, make sure you identify where you went wrong. Try and work out if it was just a common mistake or if you just completely did not understand what was being asked of you. If that was the case, please make sure you contact me and ask for further help. Otherwise, we'll do another one of these next lessons, so questions from past Year 12 further exams. Thanks, guys.